our dear viewers, and welcome to a new edition of our program Body and Soul. In today's edition we are going to talk about compassion. What's compassion, and how that could be a method of healing for ourselves. That would be our topic for discussion for today with our dear guest in the studio, Dr. Dina Asim. Assam Asad, she is a life coach. Hello, Dr. Dina.
Hello.
Dr. Dina, compassion is a response of the suffering of the people, many people, and to be more precise, most of us are suffering from many traumas, many problems, many sufferings in our lives. So to what extent the compassion, the show of attention and care and emotions could help in letting the other person in front of you feel better?
First of all, it's really important to feel and understand the person in front of you, and not only in suffering, it's positive and negative, and in sadness too. So first of all, to show compassion to the other, it's a real very good tool in healing. That the one who is suffering from a problem, for example, is feeling that he's alone and lonely, and he needs the support of everyone. So that's why when you feel that you are compassionate with him, this really affects and heals him very quickly. But you have to show how to show this compassion. It's not only, okay, it's good, or I understand. No, you have to be really with all your senses, as we say. You have to be with your body language, with your words. You have to understand and accept. And even if I can tell you, for example, I'm really sad for even losing my mobile, okay? So maybe this for you, it's a normal, it's nothing. But to be compassionate, you have to say, okay, I understand, I accept, I'm really sorry.
You have to feel for the other.
Yes, you have to feel and show this feeling and validate what he's saying, even if you don't. For you, it's nothing, or you don't care about this. But to be compassionate with the other, you have to show your attention and your care, and with everything, with listening, with your body language, with your tone, voice tone, and everything, is so the other can feel that you are really caring about him.
Indeed. We'll take this report. Compassion is the response to the suffering of others that motivates a desire to help. Compassion motivates people to go out of the way to help physical, spiritual, or emotional hurts or pains for the others. Now, certain techniques releasing the compassion are being adopted for the purposes, offering some interesting notes to heal some people from psychological and social problems. The details.
Compassion-focused therapy, CFT, is a system of psychotherapy developed by Paul Gilbert. Compassionate mind training helps transform problematic patterns of cognition and emotion related to anxiety, anger, shame, self-criticism, depersonalization, and hypomania. CFT can help such people learn to feel more safeness and warmth in their interactions with others and themselves. One interesting method for the treatment of such cases is hugs. Researchers say hugging therapy is definitely a powerful way of healing. Research shows that hugging, and also laughter, is extremely effective at healing sickness, disease, loneliness, depression, anxiety, and stress. Benefits include trust building and establishing a sense of safety, boosting oxytocin levels, which heal feelings of loneliness, isolation, and anger, the lifting of serotonin levels, elevating mood and creating happiness, strengthening the immune system, boosting self-esteem, and teaching how to give and receive. There is a saying by Virginia Satter, a respected family therapist: we need 4 hugs a day for survival, we need 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and we need 12 hugs a day for growth.
Welcome back, our dear viewers, and to shed light, we have over the phone with us also Ms. Marwa Saleh. She is a life coach. Hello, Ms. Marwa. Hello. Hello, Ms. Marwa.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, great. To what extent, from your point of view, the compassion could help in healing the psychological problems?
Of course, compassion is extremely, extremely important, because if someone is living in a family or in an environment where people cannot really feel the pain of each other, then the pain is going to grow. It's not going to get much better.
Yes, indeed.
So for us to feel better, we have to live in a compassionate environment. And to start with, we have to be compassionate ourselves.
Of course. How important is to be compassionate to other people around you?
It's extremely, extremely important, and we see it actually a lot with children, because I've worked a little bit with children and schools. And if you're not compassionate with a child that has learning issues or that's not doing well in school, it usually gets worse. So when you treat a child that has bad grades in a manner whereby that they're not performing and you put pressure under them,
Indeed.
the situation usually gets much worse. So we try and train teachers to be a little bit compassionate and dig for something positive that they can talk about and make children feel that they're welcomed anyways, so that they can grow and develop in the areas that they were weak in.
Yes, indeed. Ms. Marwa Saleh, our live coach, thank you very much for your input. And back to our dear guest in the studio, Dr. Dina Assam. Dr. Dina, to what extent the compassion is born within us? Is it an inborn characteristic, or that's something that we do acquire during our lifetime?
Of course, compassion is, we all born with all our resources, and even in animals too, not only in human beings. But the point that we can increase or decrease the level of compassion in our personality, and this is according to the environment we live in. And first of all, to increase this level of compassion, you have to be first compassionate to yourself. And I would like to ask you, did you ever hug yourself?
No, never.
So one of the important things that we always say...
So to start with, I will stop you here. How can we hug ourselves? Because sometimes you just need, when you are down, you are emotional, you do have some problems, you just want a warm hug from your mother, from your daughter, whatever, from someone you love, from your husband. So how can we hug ourselves, and to what extent we do need a hug from someone we do care for, or even from a friend?
Sure. First of all, you have to be compassionate with yourself first. You don't have to criticize yourself and go to just all the time being so tough with yourself. So if you made a mistake for anything, just hug yourself like this and say that by tapping like this, everything will be okay. It's fine, no problem. And you have then to get the reasons why this happened, and then talk with yourself, with and maybe get a paper or talk or something like this, and understand why this happened and how I can improve myself in the next time, and be patient and be tender with yourself. This is the first step. Then you for sure you need to feel that you are accepted from the others, and they are feeling compassion with
But
them.
how I could gain that, and we'll be back to that point after taking this phone call with Dr. Ali Kamel, the psychiatrist. Dr. Ali. Hello, sir. Dr. Ali, how the healing hug could be an important healing method for the people who are having some psychological issues?
Please, can you repeat the question?
Yes, sir. The hugs, the healing hug and the compassion, how could it be used in order to heal people with some psychological problems?
Yes, of course. This is a very important question. What I mean by that is the question of persuasion and healing. And as you know, in psychology and in psychotherapy, you need the process of persuasion to arrive to the question of healing, and we can use this in therapy when we are in front of patients, and of course we have to feel we have to have the same feeling as the patient, or imagine that we have the same and emotion as the patient to be able to be convinced for the utility of continuing a relationship. And that's why compassion and all of these dominant processes are very important in the process of psychotherapy in different situations in psychology and in clinical psychiatry.
Yes. Yes, sir.
We have a lot of research in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, and generally now, and a lot of articles about this subject, which is very important. And also, we use the term empathy to tell that we are in the same situation as the other, and put myself in a situation similar to the other in front of me, to be able to communicate with or meta-communicate with. And I hope this small summary helps you or your auditors to follow, understand the phenomenon.
Yes, sir. Dr. Ali Kamel, our psychiatrist, thank you very much for your precious input, sir. And back to our dear guest in the studio, Dr. Zina. We were talking about hugging ourselves.
Yes.
That's quite interesting. When I'm down, when I'm not in a good mood, I should hug myself, or?
Yes, hug yourself, and also by saying...
People will think that I became crazy.
No. If I ask you a question, who is the most person that you love in your life? For example?
My mom.
Yeah, but the answer should be yourself.
No.
And this is the truth. This is not being, selfish. No, you have to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you can love the others. You can't pour from an empty cup. If there's no love inside you, you can't give love and compassion to others. So you have to feel that you're loved and you're accepted by also being accepting yourself. And this is a very important stage. And you have to be tender with yourself and don't guilt yourself and criticize yourself. Why did I do this and why did I do that? And so on. You have to accept and validate and think about the solution for the next step. And then you have to be also accepted from the others. And for sure,
But how do you manage to be accepted by the others? Because by compassion, I'm talking about myself. I can control my feelings. I can show my compassion, my love, to hug my friend or whatsoever. But how can I make the others do the same to me? It's quite difficult.
No, it's not. The problem here, we have two different kinds of people. Some of them are always seeking more than compassion. Sometimes they fall in the trap of to being victim, and this they are not only seeking compassion, they are seeking compassion and empathy and everything from the people that they give them more and to be attached to their problem more than usual, and this is not correct. And the other ones are shy to express their feelings and their need for help, and they seek help. So the point that we have to make a balance. If we are in a problem, we have to express, and we have to ask the people around us and tell them that we need your help. This is not this is very thing that we have to express, and because sometimes we need and sometimes we will give to be compassionate to others. So it's a balance equation. So we have to be balanced between giving and receiving also.
Indeed.
And by the way, the process of giving is really scientifically is really a healing process, and it decreases depression, anger, and anxiety, and everything. And also it increases
the healing.
Yeah.
How that could be done, and is it a method to heal to hug yourself as a healing method only, or to use a hug from a friend, maybe your best friend, from your mother, from your father,
Yes,
from
sure.
your husband, whatever? That could be a healing method too, or how do you use the healing method as a method of compassion for healing the psychological problems?
Okay, hugs is a therapy. There's a hugging therapy. Okay, and when I said you have to hug yourself first, this is for being.
But how can we do that, Dr. Dina? It's quite complicated.
Believe me, just try it and be tender with yourself. Because most of us, when we do something wrong, we always blame ourselves. Why I did so, and what happened, and how I did like this and that, and so on. And this is criticizing and feeling guilty, which will fill us with negative emotions. But first, if we accept ourselves, and then we start being tender or tapping on ourselves, it's okay, never mind, but not easy with ourselves. And there's a difference. You know, it's not like, okay, never mind. You have to find the reasons and seek for the solutions, but not criticizing or blaming yourself, or not even being easy with yourself. And then you have to look for hugs from others. The hug is therapy, and people need more than 8 hugs per day, maybe.
I will stop you here, Dr. Dina, because I do believe that most of the people, I do believe they do not get this kind of therapy.
Yeah.
8 hugs per day.
Yeah, but it's really important.
Not even maybe one.
Yes, but really this creates a bond, and it increases even, you know, when you hug or being hugged, you feel that you feel security, you feel accepted, you feel belonging, and it's really important for everyone to feel that significant belonging and tenderness. So it's really important. I know that maybe, as you say, people may not receive even 1 hug per day, but if you didn't receive from others, don't forget to hug yourself.
Yeah. And it does have the same effect.
For sure.
I doubt.
It's important, but for sure, if you accept yourself and then you find that you're accepted, and
how I can accept myself?
Accept that you can have mistakes, and it's no problem that
it's not the end of the world.
Yes, and the mistake is opportunity to grow and to learn. It's not the end of the world and everything is okay, but I have to know the reasons and work on it. This is the acceptance and validating yourself and your mistakes. And then for sure, receiving hugs, and especially from kids, by the way, it increases all the positive emotions, and it's really healthy. And you know, by being giving and compassionate to others, the hormone of the oxytocin, it increases in the body. And this hormone, for example, it's generated, for example, when the mother is breastfeeding to the child. So you know how it creates a bond. Yes, it creates a bond.
So do you say that the child who was who is breastfed is more psychologically stable than the child who was not?
For sure, because this is a bond, creating a bond, and it's also very good for the mother's health, because as I told you, during the breastfeeding, the hormone of the oxytocin is generated in the mother, and it goes to the baby, so it creates another bond and gives pleasure and gives a connection, very deep connection, and it really makes a difference.
So, do you believe that in your therapy for the people who are having some trauma, some problems, psychological issues, they are sad, they are having somehow a kind of depression, the compassion method and the healing hugs could be the way out without taking medication, or how can we sort out this?
There are more than one technique to do this. First of all,
it depends on the case, of course, as well.
Yes, but most of the cases, if you apply these steps, it will work very good. First of all, as I told you, you have to accept yourself and be compassionate with yourself.
Do you give like homework for the clients?
Yes, I do. Yes, and this homework
that they should follow.
Yes, because you know, if you just continue doing this process every day, you'll be different. You'll be full of positive energy, and you will release all the negativity from you, which will make you someone different, by the way. So first of all, to accept yourself and be tender and validate and compassionate with yourself. Okay, and then I always ask the people to the gratitude. Okay, the gratitude exercise, which is every day before you sleep, think of positive, and no, gratitude means to be thankful for something. Okay, so I always ask them to think about 5 positive things other people did for you in this day. Okay, so example, someone opened the door to me, the nanny helped me.
Even minor things,
Very
because if
minor,
you are searching
yes.
for major things, you might not find
Yes,
anything.
and yes, and this is very good to search for the minor, because we always do, we don't think about the minor things, and we do it as a granted, and it's really favor. And then 5 other things to thank God about. Okay, maybe I can see, I can walk, I can breathe normally, and so on. So just doing this, some people say every day, I don't have to do this, I know, and I'm always thankful to God, and other people, no, you have to do them by saying them or by listing them. The gratitude exercise increases the positivity and open the channel of positive, channels in the body, and taking off all the negativity. Also, after the gratitude, the meditation. The meditation is a very, very, very powerful tool.
It's not always successful. I would let you know that I've tried the meditation, and I'm supposed to do it 20 minutes twice a day, and I just keep doing it for 5 minutes.
Even if you
Not
are
even.
no, if you are sticking to 5
Easily
minutes
distracted.
per day, no, believe me, if you stick to 5 minutes per day, this is maybe enough. For sure, if you increase it, this is better, but 5 minutes a day is really enough.
But it's not easy to keep up your meditation and keep on concentrated for a long time. I don't know.
I'm telling you, even for 5 minutes, put on some meditation music, take a good breath, and then just concentrate with yourself. Close your eyes and concentrate with your heartbeats, with your breath inside and outside, with your body, with your skin. Just focus on yourself and nothing else. And this really creates a bond and compassion between you and yourself. Because the main problem that people are seeking compassion from outside, and they don't even accept themselves in the beginnings. They are just looking to be accepted from the outside people, and not by starting by accepting themselves in the beginning. So also by focusing on the positive things, meditation, and the gratitude exercise, plus hugging yourself and seeking hugs from others, this will give you a great compassion feeling every day.
What about your advice for the parents regarding the compassion with their kids?
Oh, this is a very important topic. Because
it needs a whole episode, I believe.
Yes, I'm sure. But I will give you some example to brief this. If I have my daughter, for example, and she got bad grades in a subject, for example, for math, okay, and she comes and tell me that she got bad grades. To be compassionate here, not to tell her,
never mind, it's
never
okay.
mind, it's okay. No, don't worry. Yeah, everything will be fine. No, this is not compassion. This is you are spoiling her. And also, you don't have to tell her, oh, you're always stupid, and this is what you always do,
the end
and
of the
you are
world.
Lazy, and you are not doing it. You are destroying her by this negative words, and she will and she will never succeed or be a good person or achieve grades, good grades after that. So, how to be compassionate is to tell her, for example, okay, I understand, and I understand that you are not happy with this grade, and I know that you wish to get better grades, and I know you can, and I'm sure you can. So let's sit together if you want, and we have to take permission, okay, if you want, to discuss together how we can work it out and see the problems and try to solve it and find solution for this problem so you can achieve better results in the future. So this is compassion. Okay, so if we do this with our kids in all situations, it would be really different, and you would create a very good bond between the parent and the kid, not the relation to be fear and aggression and so on. It would be a really friendly, healthy relationship.
But what about the show of compassion with our friends, maybe?
With our friends, we have to, as I told you, you have to show that you are really caring about this. And compassion is not only by a word, okay, I can understand, and then they have to feel that you you are really caring.
Sincere.
And you are really, you're keen about seeing them better. And as I told you, with the voice tone, with the listening, and there is a great difference between listening and hearing. When I listen to you, I have to be focusing, maintaining eye contact, and even listening and sometimes telling back what you said, so I can just show that I'm really concentrated and focusing on what you're doing, and feeling sorry with my face expression, with my body language, and so on, and with saying I understand, I know, and validating, even as I told you before, even if I'm not convinced what they are saying, that it's really need to be compassionate with them, but we have to show this. And also there's a point that I want to add with the parents and the kids, that the behavior of the kid is not the kid's character. So you can tell your kid, you did this, you misbehaved in this. I know you are good, but you're misbehaved in this situation. So this is a kind of compassion also, that you are not labeling him or her
as bad or naughty.
It's a bad behavior that you fight with your brother or sister, but you are not bad. The situation or the behavior is bad. And this is also with your friends. When someone tell you, I did the bad thing, you're always like this, you're always
so
nervous.
Attacking all the time, Dr. Dina, could have a very negative repercussion on the person, even if you are attacking him out of concern.
Yes, but after even
not really attack, but if I'm just telling you, no, you are doing that is wrong, I'm always giving you hard words, could that have a negative impact on you?
Yes, for sure it will have negative impact, but if you in the beginning you created a friendly atmosphere and show compassion, then you can say what you want in another way, not in the beginning. If you say, I can understand and I know what happened, but take care that I think that sometimes you are nervous, or sometimes you do this in a wrong way. Let's work. Why don't like the, I can help you if you want to work on doing it in a better way, because sometimes I know that you're always doing this in a bad way, and so on. So we can say like this, but not like a fight or attack, as you said.
Indeed. Dr. Dina Assam, Asad Live Coach, thank you very much for being our guest.
Thank you.
And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition from Body and Soul. Hope you have enjoyed it, and until we meet again, I'm Rabia signing off.